Hello all, welcome back to Pably Connect. So in this video, we are going to understand how to notify team on Slack for new LinkedIn job applications. So I manage the hiring process for a growing company and we receive numerous amount of job applications through LinkedIn. So what I've done is I've created a post on my LinkedIn where I've attached a job form in order to fill in that application. So now what I want is that as soon as someone fills in that form, automatically my team on Slack should be notified about the new application details. So to do this, we are going to create a connection between JotForm and Slack. To create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pably Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So do you also wish to learn this process step by step? Then follow me through the screen. Welcome to my screen. So as you know, in this video, we are going to understand how to sync job application notifications from LinkedIn to Slack. So as you know that I manage the hiring process for a growing company and we receive numerous job applications through LinkedIn. So to streamline our recruitment workflow, I want to set up an automation that syncs LinkedIn job application notifications directly with my Slack channel. So here you can see that this is my LinkedIn account and I've recently posted this, which is we are hiring. Over here you can see the details of that, and also over here you can see the link. So I'm going to open this link right from here, and over here you can see the form which candidate will fill. So now what I want is that as soon as candidate fill in all these details, automatically with the help of the same details, a new message should be sent to my Slack channel. Something like this, which is new job application alert. You can see the candidate details and also the CV, so that I can notify my team on Slack about the new application submitted. So to do all of this, I have simply opened the landing page of Pably by searching pably.com/connect in my browser. It is very easy. So as soon as we're going to open the landing page of Pably, we are going to get to options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you're a user, you can click on sign up for free and you're going to get 100 of tasks free every month. But I'm an existing user, so I'm going to click on sign in right over here, and as soon as we're going to click on sign in, it is opening all Pably apps. Over here you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pably, but in today's video we are going to use Pably Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm going to click on access now right over here to access my Pably Connects account, and as soon as we're going to click on access now, it is opening my dashboard. And to start with this automation, we are going to click on this button which says create workflow, and now it is asking me the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So over here I want to save the workflow in this folder which is automations. So as you can see on my dashboard, all the folders which I have previously created in which I save my workflows. And if you wish to learn how to create a new folder or a subfolder, you can click on this hyperlink given right over here which says learn more. And now it is asking me for the name of the workflow. So I want the name of my workflow to be sync job application notifications from LinkedIn to Slack, and then we are going to click on create. And as soon as we are going to click on create, it is opening the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the trigger is the commander for the workflow and actions follow the commands. And as you know that we can have only a single commander but multiple followers. So over here we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger. And in order to start with our automation, we have to select our trigger application. So for my trigger application, I'm going to select it as JotForm right over here because I want that as soon as a new application is submitted, with the help of this form which I've attached right over here in my post, automatically my workflow should be triggered. So over here I have used JotForm to create this form. You can use any another form builder application. So over here I'm going to look for JotForm in my trigger application, and as you can see the same, so we are going to select it. And now it is asking me for the trigger event. So basically a trigger event is the event on which the workflow will start. So what I want is that as soon as a new response is received from my JotForm, automatically my workflow should be triggered. So I'm going to select new response right over here, and as soon as we are going to do so, it is giving me a webhook URL. So now we are going to use this same webhook URL in order to create a connection between our JotForm account and our Pably's workflow. So what we are going to do is, it is saying log into your JotForm account, open the form in the form builder, then click on settings tab. So with here I'm going to follow the same. I'm going to open my JotForm account, and over here you can see all the forms which I have created, but I'm going to create this automation for this form which is hiring inquiry form. So with here I'm going to click on edit form, and as soon as we're going to click on edit form, you can see settings tab right over here. So I'm going to go on this settings tab. From the left side bar we have to go on integrations. As you can see the same, so we are going to go on this, and as soon as we're going to open integrations, over here we are going to look for webhook. So over here I'm going to search for webhooks, and as you can see webhooks, we are going to select this, and now it is asking me to add the webhook URL. So we're going to paste the URL which we copied from our workflow, and then we are going to click on complete integration. And as soon as we're going to click on complete integration, yes, you can see that it is saying integration ready, you have successfully created your integration integration. So yes, with this we have successfully connected our JotForm account with our Pabbly's workflow. But over here you can see that it is saying waiting for a webhook response, and in the notes it is saying now log into the application where you have added the webhook URL and do a test submission/record. So in order to capture this webhook response, we have to do a test submission. So what we have to do is I'm going to open my LinkedIn right from here. As you can see that this is the post. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill in this form with the dummy details or the test details so that I can capture the webhook response and forward the details of this form to my Slack channel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my form, and over here I'm going to fill in the details. So for the first name I'm going to keep it as Jami, last name as candidate. So for the email I'm going to keep it as jami@pablytudes.com, and now it is asking me for the phone number. So I'm going to keep the phone number as this, and after entering all the details we are going to move on forward. It is saying please select your areas of interest. So whether I'm going to select it as content creation, we are going to move on forward. It is saying estimated start date. So over here I'm going to select it as November, and then for the day I'm going to select it as 1st of November 2024. So I'm going to select it. We're going to move on forward. It is asking me for the address. So over here I'm going to enter the dummy address, and then we're going to move on forward. It is saying additional notes. So if you wish you can definitely add notes right over here. And now it is asking me to upload my CV. So over here I'm going to upload a dummy CV. As you can see, sample resume. So we're going to upload this, and as soon as we're going to upload the sample resume, yes, you can see over here it is. And after doing all of this, we are going to click on submit form, and as soon as we are going to click on submit form right over here, yes, you can see your submission has been received. Thank you. So this means that we have successfully did the test submission or record, and now this also means that JotForm has captured the response of the test submission and sent it to our workflow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my workflow and check that if Pabbly has captured it or not. So I'm going to open my workflow, and yes, you can see Pabbly has captured response A. Over here you can see the submission details. Over here I'm going to look on for all the details. You can see the CV which we uploaded, which is sample resume PNG. We're going to look for many another details. Over here you can see the full phone number. Over here you can see the state, the postal code. Over here you can see the city. Over here you can see the address. Over here you can see the estimated start date. Over here you can see the email which we entered, the first name, the last name, and also you can see the area of interest, which is content creation. So yes, with this we have successfully received the response of the same submission which we made right now in our JotForm. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our trigger step, and now what will happen is that as soon as a new response is received in my JotForm, automatically Pabbly is going to capture the response. So now we are going to move on towards our action application, and now what I want is I want to send the details of this submission to my Slack, right? So for my action application I'm going to select it as Slack. So I'm going to search for Slack, and as you can see the same, so we're going to select it. Over here to notify my team I'm going to use Slack. If you wish you can use any another application too, like Google Chat, Microsoft Teams, or Discord. And now it is asking me for the action event. So over here I'm going to select the action event as send channel message, and then we are going to click on connect, and as soon as we are going to click on connect, it is asking me to add a new connection or select the existing connection. So if you have already connected your Slack account with your Pabbly's workflow, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me. Click on add a new connection, and then you have to click on this button which says connect with Slack, and as soon as we're going to do so, it is asking me for the token type. So here you can see that in the help text it is saying enter the token type as either user or bot. To know more about the token type, you can click on this hyperlink given right over here which says learn more, and as soon as you're going to open this, you are going to find the difference between user and bot token type. So you can read the differences right from here and select the desired. Over here I'm going to keep it as bot, and then we are going to click on save, and as soon as we're going to click on save right over here, you can see that it is asking me for some permissions. So I'm going to click on allow and give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for, because my data is secure with Pabbly. You can also click on allow Pabbly save, and as soon as we are going to click on allow, you can see that we have successfully connected our Slack account with our Pabbly's workflow. Over here you can see connected, and now it is asking me for the channel. So it is asking me for the channel I want to send the messages to. So here you can see that the name of my channel is recruitment updates. So we're going to select the same right over here. I'm going to look for the same, and as you can see recruitment updates, so we are going to select this. Over here in the notes you can see that it is saying a bot can't post in private channel. If you are not a member, you need to invite it to the channel if you're using a bot token. So over here the channel I'm using is a public channel, so that's why I've selected the channel right over here. We are going to move on forward. It is asking me for the message I want to send to my channel. So I want the message to be new job application alert. A candidate has applied via LinkedIn. Here are the details: name, position applied for, email, phone number, and CV. Please review their application and access their full details through the Jot form submission. Let's work together to ensure a swift review and response. So, as you can see, that this is the message I want to send, but you must notice that over here, name, position applied for, email, and phone number, and also CV is blank. So, we're going to fill in these details, but we are not going to enter these details manually, but we are going to map it. So you must be wondering, what is mapping? So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected Jot form as our trigger application. So we're going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. And as soon as we're going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. So I'm going to give you an example that over here it is asking me for the name, right? So let's suppose that I'm going to enter the name right over here, which is dummy candidate manually. Then this will not change with every new response received because this is a static information and I have entered it manually. But if we are going to map this from the previous response, suppose I'm going to look for name in my previous response, and as you can see, name which is dummy candidate, the first name and last name. So let's suppose we are going to map the first name, put a space, and then the last name. So if you are going to map this from the previous response, then this will definitely change because my previous response will also change. So that's why we do mapping right over here to run our workflow in real time. And now it is asking me for the positions applied for. So it was content creation. As you can see, the same, so we're going to map it. It is saying email. We are going to map the email. I'm going to look for email. As you can see, dummy@pabblytunes.com. We're going to map the phone number. I'm going to look for it. And as you can see, the same, so we're going to map it. And now we're going to map the CV too. So I'm going to search for CV. And as you can see, the CV link, so we're going to map it right from here. And after mapping this, we are going to move on forward. It is asking me for the image URL, image alt text. So as you can see, both of these are not the required fields. So we're going to leave it as blank. And now it is asking me for the bot name. So if you wish, you can definitely add a specific bot name and bot icon right over here. But I don't wish to add. So I'm going to leave it as blank again. And as you can see, it is asking me for many another details. So I'm going to keep it as default only. And directly, I'm going to click on save and send test request. If you wish, you can definitely change and enter these details. So I'm going to click on save and send test request right over here. And as soon as we're going to click on save and send test request, yes, you can see that we have received a positive response that we have successfully sent a message to our Slack channel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my Slack and check for the message received. And over here you can see new message. So I'm going to open it. And yes, you can see that we have received a new message over here. You can see a new candidate has applied via LinkedIn. You can see the name of the candidate. You can see the position. You can see the email, the phone number, and the CV which we added. So yes, with this we have successfully sent an automated message to our Slack channel. And with this we have successfully completed our workflow too. But now I'll just test this workflow once, and this time I'm going to give you a real-time example. So what we're going to do is I'm going to open my LinkedIn again, and again we're going to click on this link given right over here so that we can fill in another application with the new name details. So for the first name, I'm going to keep it as test, last name user. For the email, I'm going to keep it as testuser55@pabblytunes.com, and then for the phone number, we are going to keep it as this. And now after entering all the details, we are going to move on forward. It is saying area of interest. So let's suppose that I'm going to select it as finance and accounting. We are going to move on forward. Estimated start date as 2nd December. So I'm going to select 2nd December 2024. We're going to move on forward. It is saying address. So with here, I'm going to keep the address as this time. We're going to move on forward. It is saying additional notes. No, this is not the required field. I'm going to leave it as blank. We're going to upload the CV too. Over here, you can see sample resume too. So we are going to upload this. And as soon as we are going to upload this, we are going to click on submit form. And after clicking on submit form, it is saying please wait. So yes, you can see that we have successfully did our test submission. Again, it is saying your submission has been received. Thank you. So this means that we have successfully did another test submission. And this also means that Jotform has sent the details of our test submission to our workflow. Pabbly captured the response, triggered the workflow, and further sent an automated channel message on our Slack. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my Slack account right from here and check for the message sent. And this time we are not going back to our workflow and clicking on save and send test request. I'll directly open my Slack right from here, and yes, you can see new message. So we're going to go on this new message directly, and yes, you can see a new message which is named test user. You can see the position applied for, you can see the email, the phone number, and the CV. Over here you can see a dummy CV. So yes, with this you have successfully sent another message, and our workflow is successful and running in real time too. So now I'll just summarize this workflow for you once. So for the trigger application, we selected Jot form. For the trigger event, we selected new response. For the action application, we selected Slack, and then for the action event, we selected send channel message because I wanted that I have posted this on my LinkedIn, and over here I have attached attached a application form link. So what I wanted is that as soon as someone fills in this form, automatically the CV, the candidate details should be sent to my team on Slack, something like this. And yes, we were successful with our workflow too. Over here you can see the 2 messages I sent to my Slack channel with the help of my workflow during this video. So yes, with this we have successfully completed this workflow, and this workflow ensures that no application is missed, improve our response time to the candidates, and keeps the entire hiring team aligned in real time without having to manually check LinkedIn frequently. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow, and this was it for the video. And if you have any questions related to the workflow or the video, you can directly comment on this video, and for your reference I'll just clone this workflow and share the workflow link in the description box so that you can access my workflow. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you for watching.
Not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly, you can integrate many more applications. So now, if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.